Indonesia is a culturally rich nation and also the largest archipelagic country in the world, with 17,508 islands and 3,160 ethnic groups. Southeast Sulawesi is one of the provinces that has extraordinary natural beauty and a very diverse culture. The province of Southeast Sulawesi is located in the southeastern part of the Sulawesi. The main districts on the main island include Konawe, Kolaka, and Bombana, with Kendari as the province capital. The city of Kendari, as a city and the capital of Southeast Sulawesi Province, is characterized by its trade and industrial services activities supported by local resources. The Kendari city government continues to strive to boost economic growth despite limited resources. Therefore, strategies are needed to utilize resources and funds to advance the local economy. In Kendari, most of the population, around 131%, still works in the primary sector such as agriculture, fisheries, and marine. This is because Kendari has agricultural land and potential in fisheries and marine resources. Moreover, the existing social and cultural structures in the island communities also influence the residents' work in these primary sectors. Each district area in Kendari has distinct natural and human resources. The natural resources refer to include land resources, agriculture, as well as coastal and marine resources. The potential natural resources also influence the service, industrial, and trade sectors in Kendari city. Lulo is a cultural tradition that still exists today. Kendari, often known by its nickname as the Lulo city. This name is derived from the Lolaki tribe, one of the largest ethnic groups in Kendari. Lulo has a long history rooted in the ancestral tradition of Southeast Sulawesi society. It is believed to have existed since ancient times and has been passed down from one generation to the next. Lulo was performed as part of traditional rituals related to agricultural activities such as harvest festivals and Thanksgiving ceremonies. The purpose of Lulo was to strengthen social ties among community members, express gratitude, and serve as entertainment that unite various groups in a shared activity. This dance also served as a medium to instill noble values in the younger generation such as respect, togetherness, and solidarity. Molulo comes from the Cholaki language where Mololowi means to thresh rice grains from the stalk. In Lulo dance, there are terms for different movements such as moese, meaning the hand movement up and down, and then mola koako, which means moving the right and left, nilululo, meaning the foot stomping movement. In the past, Lulo was used as an offering dance and later became a sacred dance for the ancient Cholaki people. In general, Molulo comes from the word Lulo, which in the Cholaki language means moving or swaying the feet forward, backward, left, and right. Meanwhile, the word mo in Mololowi serves as a prefix meaning to perform a task, and we in Mololowi in the Cholaki tribe is an ending that emphasizes the actions of the root word. Lulo or Mololowi dance is known as to have originated from the agricultural activities in the Cholaki tribe. In ancient times, the Cholaki people had to stomp on the rice with their feet to separate the rice from its husk. Then, they continued this activity through a dance known as the Lulo dance. The Lulo dance appeared in the harvest ceremony known as Mona Hundau, a sacred ritual for the Sangoleombai. The rice goddess is given special respect. The ritual that features the Lulo dance is an expression of gratitude for a bountiful harvest and a tribute to Sangoleombai. In some oral tradition, it is said that Molulo dance began to appear in society when people become familiar with agriculture in 9th century. Rulongganda, an agricultural dance, played a role in various ceremonies. including Thanksgiving rituals and the opening of new islands or new lands for cultivation with prayers to the gods. The Lulunganan dance underwent movement changes when there was a change in the drum beat, requiring the dancer to adjust to the drum beat. Initially starting from agriculture, the Lulo dance also began to be used in medical healing ceremonies, where the Tulaki people believed that illness originated from nature and could be transmitted to humans. Besides being entertainment, the Lulo dance was also used as a ritual communication. According to Tulaki belief, a person's illness was usually caused by individual wrongdoing, which incurs sangya and spirit disease. To heal the illness, the Tulaki people would perform the Lulo dance under the guidance of a shaman. The Lulo dance is an example of cultural instrument of the Tulaki people used to form a ritual communication with the gods. This ritual communication aimed to prevent humans from disaster caused by the gods' anger by entertaining them through the Lulo dance. The Lulo dance also reflects humans' dependence on the gods' will. The healing ritual involved prayers to God Sangya to seek healing. That is why the Lulo dance is called Lulo Sangya in this healing ceremony. In the past, the Lulo dance was associated with animism, usually performed during death ceremonies, but it is no longer the case today as the era of animism has faded. The Tulaki people referred to it as the Sangya dance or the royal dance. The Lulo dance was also usually performed to celebrate the king's recovery or his return from exile, while the Laryangi dance was performed to welcome his return from the war. Hair cutting or wedding ceremonies were also accompanied by the Lulo dance as an expression of gratitude to the gods. Changes occurred around the 1980s with the shift from gong to electronic musical instruments. The role of Lulo in maintaining peace in Kendari tends to be more inclusive of other ethnic groups. The Lulo dance is actually a representation of the Tulaki people's ways of life. The atmosphere of peace, cooperation, and unity in living life is reflected in Tulaki people's teachings as expressed in the proverb Samatulu, Medulolo, Rongga, Mepoko Aso, which emphasize the importance of cooperation and unity involving each other's role and helping each other. In Lulo traditional customs, it is usually used as a welcoming dance commonly known as Lariani or Momesara, always accompanied by drums. The Lulo dance is often combined with other dances, one example being the combination of Lulo dance and Momesara as a welcoming dance. SMS Pulau Kendari used the Momesara dance creatively combined with the Lulo dance to welcome the arrival of the head of the Education and Culture Office of Southeast Sulawesi Province. One of the Momesara dances will present the Kalawasara to the guests. Also, is a circle object, a way of binding in circle and painting or activities together with the participants forming a circle. As a circle object, Kalo is made of rattan, but some were made of other materials such as gold, iron, silver, thread, white cloth, pen leaves, bamboo, etc. On the level of cultural values, there is a value system that aims to realize important ideas for the Tulaki people, such as Medululu Mepoko Aso, unity and togetherness, et pute penau moraha, purity and justice, and morinimbe umbundi monapa, Mbu Undawara, privacy and welfare. This concept is expressed by using kalosara in every wedding ceremony, funeral, harvest, celebration, and welcoming guests. In the Lulo dance culture, the embodiment of community integration is realized in the circle formation. The circle represents social relationship, solidarity, and the unity of the Tulaki people as seen in the dance movement, where the kalosara bond is clearly visible in the Lulo circle formation, with dancer holding hands. The act of holding hands is also a key movement in the dance and is still maintained today. The meaning of holding hands encompasses the concept of solidarity as seen when someone starting dancing alone and gradually joins others, holding hands and forming a group. This action reflects the Tulaki people's traditional value of Mepoko Aso, which means a bond as the act of holding hands is intended to unite various ethnic groups and culture where the Lulo dance is performed. Moese is the hand-holding movement, moving up and down. The position of the woman's hand should be on the top of the man's hands. Additionally, a blending culture into the learning process can add to the diversity of local ethnic culture, which ultimately strengthens and advances local culture. SMP 15 Kendari choose the Lulo dance as an extracurricular activity, which is a mandatory activity for SMP 15 Kendari students. Lulo is culture because it contains very important meanings, making it excellent for introducing to students. Since 2020, the Lulo extracurricular activity has been mandatory for students, and this dance is usually performed to welcome guests from the outside city or guests from the city of Kendari itself. Lulo has become an identity of Kendari and even more broadly Southeast Sulawesi Province. With the development of the time, Lulo dance has become entertainment for the people of Southeast Sulawesi in various activities such as weddings, birthdays, aerobics, or just for entertainment.